today?
Morning, everybody. Yeah, little Bam Bam's gonna work. It's just gonna do that. Let it warm up. All right, so we got a lot to do today. Got a fair amount of rain coming tomorrow. As you can tell, we worked till about dark yesterday and just kind of left everything where it was. I'm gonna jump on the dozer real quick, spread this clay right here in the center of this road. We'll go ahead and load up some more loads, bring over here, dump that, pack that in as well, raise this on up a little bit more. Probably go ahead and throw this culvert pipe in. If we need to move any more dirt to kind of shape our edges, we may take 3 lifts. I want to raise this on up pretty high and kind of level this up a little bit better. So we'll go ahead and do that first thing this morning. And then once that's done, I look at the time, may cut that hill down a little bit over there, or may go ahead and start loading out some crushed concrete, putting on top of this so we can get it sealed off before we leave. So we'll just kind of see how the day plays and what we get done, but I would like to get this raised up and covered in stone today. Got the dirt spread over here. Robert's gonna roll that in with the sheep's foot. Got Barney warming up, and that excavator I'm gonna back over here, start loading some dirt in it. We'll haul another 6 or 7 loads, knock that down, see what it's looking like. Let's get some more dirt loaded and hauled over there to the road. Is disappearing, but it's a lot of sand and clay, and it does seem to pack pretty good, so that's what we're going to use. Kind of mix it all together and make one clay sand mixture, sand to clay. So we've hauled another 6 loads of clay, dumped it in there. We're going to probably haul 3 or 4 more, dump it right there in that low section. And then I'm going to come over here with the 350, see how this road's kind of coming through here nice and evenly. And then there's just random ridge right here. I'm going to start right over there and just cut this back, kind of even this up a little bit more. And haul this dirt. We're going to dump it on this side and that side of the road to kind of build a nice shoulder through that low area. Then the rest of the dirt, we're just going to stockpile it over that edge, so when I push all that junk in the hole, it looks like it's pretty good topsoil. That way I can just skim it over all that area right there and cover all that mess up. So let's go ahead and load some more dirt. I'm starting to cut this ridge down, and I'm seeing that I'm finding somebody's old dump site. I'm digging up nothing but logs and stumps. At least I got a good hole over there to put all this in. And this is why I'm cutting this down, to build a good road. This up there in the pit. I was going to get him to dump it on the shoulder of the road, but this stuff right here is a little gnarly, so it's going to go to the hole up there. Topsoil, it's just full of junk. You don't really see much burnt stuff, so it ain't like it's what's left from a fire pile. I think they just, well, there's some burnt stuff right there. I'd take that back. It's the leftover stuff from a fire. think I know why there's a ridge here now. It's not natural. It's just whatever some junk people pushed up. Quite the mess of junk here. Of course, it's got to be right where my road goes. Well, looks like I'll be cutting this whole ridge off and possibly undercutting some of it to get down to some better dirt. Just once I get it flat, I'll see what it looks like. It's not exactly what I was hoping for. Well, I'm definitely finding out where they got rid of all the clearing debris from some sort of future or in the previous farm project. I don't know who did this. There were some other people working out here, but I didn't do anything on this section of the farm. Well, no, this wasn't even, no, where are we at? No, this wasn't even part of that other farm. And somebody else pushed some stuff over back here. Forgot where I was there for a second. Bunch of mess. But the good thing is I've got a big borrow pit over there, and it's literally right there, so we're backing right over there to it and dumping it in there. And it's looking like my grade is pretty much where I've got to cut out to, so that's going to work out pretty good. We'll go over there and push off where he's dumping. Take a scoop when I go, because he's pushing it directly or dumping it directly into the hole. So if I push this off, he can just kind of keep dumping it right there into it. Because my clay started turning not so good here. So we can just kind of kill two birds with one stone and fill the hole in as he dumps. Like so. Well, the second cut isn't looking any better. Quite a few more stumps. So we're just going to relocate these into another hole. Stay in the truck. There we go. Thought it was going to fall out in the back. Pile of stumps here. Man. Well, we got to have a solid road, so they got to come out. This is like right here in the road. At least all he has to do is just back up like 120 feet and he's there. Lots of junk. Well, this has turned out to be a fair amount more work than I was expecting. I was expecting just to cut that ridge off, but I'm still finding logs and stumps and everything, so it should end about right there. That's about where the end of my pile is, so I'll probably just come in here and undercut where the road's gonna go and not cut down everything over here, but I gotta be able to get a ditch on that side and the uphill side, so I cut that mess out, and then whatever I undercut from there, I'll be able to push down here, and I'll have to dig some clay to fill this back in, but we've already dug so much out. The hole that I've already dug is just about full, so I think it'll all work out. You never know what you're going to get into. Still digging out debris. So we'll make this cut and then just cut out right there where the road's going to go. And then I think the rest of it I can just fill in the edges or cut some ditches in there afterwards. Not have to keep digging all this up. I had to dig all that up because I couldn't get my ditches in, or I would not be able to dig ditches with stumps and everything. So I'll have to fill in a little bit more, but fill it back in a little bit more, but kind of is what it is. You got logs and stumps sticking all up. It's hard to fine grade your swales. You kind of got to undercut all the big mess out and then kind of put some clean topsoil back. definitely getting a workout in today. Some aggravating stuff to dig. Back up here and just kind of rake through it, get the big chunks of stuff out, and use that for my material to build the shoulder back. I've got to fill all this back in. If I can get all the chunks of wood out. Topsoil's fine for the shoulders. Got to do some hustling today because I was not planning on having to fill all this back in today, but I'm going to have to do that before it rains. At least get it where it drains. Load out a few more loads and we should be moving dirt. Well, the end of December and it's almost 70 degrees, so it's a comfortable day outside. Let them are, bag it on up. We are getting some clay loaded and hauled down there. Start filling in. The area had to undercut. I definitely am not going to have time to get rock put on that today now. That was a wrench thrown in the plan there. I was not expecting to have to move 35 loads of debris there and put dirt back. So we're going to try our best to get that filled back in, leveled off, and put that drain pipe in. We'll run the smooth drum roller over it and seal everything off and just hope for the best from the rain. We're supposed to get about 1 inch, but it being pretty sandy, I'm hoping most of it soaks in. We'll just have to find out next week. This is where it'd be really handy to have the bigger truck. That was the plan for it, but that didn't work out. Well, it's time to dig some more to the borrow pit here. All this was whole. We have probably hauled 35 truckloads of debris up here. Is that, oh, okay, I thought that was a T-post. I need to run over this with the dozer. So pretty much we have filled all of this in and stockpiled right there. I had no idea that I was gonna have to undercut this much stuff for the road right here, but yeah, you never know what you're gonna get into. So I gotta come down here with the dozer real quick and blade this down. I'll take kind of this hill right here and push it kind of right back in there. But I had to undercut out right here where the road's going. I've already cut this down, but shoot, I had to dig down 4 feet to get through all that debris all the way up. So I've already cut like 3 feet off that hill right there. So we gotta fill all this back in now, and I'll just kind of cut this stuff right here to kind of build this shoulder back in here. I got to get a ditch over here anyway, so it kind of work out pretty good anyways, I think. So we got to move some material, so let's get to it. take one more pass down that edge and mash it down. Well, getting all this rolled in. We ended up hauling 20 more loads of clay over here to fill this back in. As you can tell, the road is back up to grade. And when we undercut that, cut it back enough so that I could push some clean dirt in here, get a nice swell cut. When we put the 6 inches of stone on here, backfill up against that, that'll put a nice ditch on the uphill side to carry the water down here to where the pipe's gonna go. All I'm gonna do is just take the excavator and dig a ditch through there just so it drains. We don't have time to put all that in today. It's getting dark, but get him to roll that in. That'll just kind of seal everything off, so kind of keep stuff as dry as possible. I'll put the digging bucket back on the 220, come over here and clean all that mess up and kind of pick through that a little bit. That'll give me a little bit more topsoil to kind of push down in here and soften that slope a little bit more and just kind of clean up that mess right there. It's just ugly to look at and can't make it look good. Plus, got a hole to fill in now. We got a lot done today, considering everything I wasn't expecting on doing, like everything right here. Be back next week.